And we're back, y'all.
Woo-hoo, what's
That,
up?
that was an incredible lecture. I was like stuck to the screen, like,
Yeah.
this is beautiful.
It's important to talk about, and I'm just grateful for the knowledge shared. Seriously.
Yeah. Just such wealth of knowledge. So thank you. Thank you so much to James and to Alessandra for that. That was incredible and so inspiring. I feel like, especially during this time, to hear that these kinds of programs are in the works, I feel like is really powerful. So thank you so much to both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting because I feel like our the way that the system is designed, capitalist society, is that to favor the individual, right? And
Right.
everything's so targeted towards the individual, like your own sneakers, like make your own hair, like
Custom.
shampoo and conditioner, and like that's great. But I felt like we were getting away from community because it's just when you're thinking about yourself first all the time, it's very self-important.
And this kind of takes away the emphasis on customization and how to look at the
Yeah,
bigger picture and
yeah,
sustainability and how
yeah,
to move forth in a way that's healthy for us individually, but also healthy for the planet. And so there's so many wonderful
totally.
resources that he mentioned, which I was living for.
I know. I think it's time to refocus back
Yeah.
on the bigger picture,
Center
on
back
what
onto
does
how to keep each other alive and healthy and working
exactly.
together.
Exactly. Are you excited for your set?
I'm excited. I mean, I wish I could do a live set. I've been lolling at this computer, like I said, because it takes so
Yeah.
long for me to do things. So if I could do a live set, I would. But I'm really excited about this set because I was actually inspired. The name of the mix is called "The Problem as the Portal," and that came
Ooh.
from a little snippet in an interview that they had with this healing doctor in this documentary called Heal on Netflix. And I was like, and he
Ooh.
said that, and I was like, the problem as the portal. I was like, that's lit. That's like such an inspiring
Yeah.
phrase. So I
It's
kind of
like,
took snippets of different music genres. And I think music for me has been particularly healing during this time. So incorporating that into this mix was really cool. So yeah, I'm really excited.
I couldn't agree more. Music is so healing.
Mhm.
And it kind of reminds me like the only way out is through, right? Like kind of like that,
Totally.
where it's like, also escapism is such a big thing where people want to avoid and like not acknowledge what's going on and just try
Trust.
to
I think
float by. But
yeah, that's something that I've also kind of been struggling with because I was off social media before all this stuff got really
yeah,
intense.
yeah,
And being off of it now, I mean, I've been able to examine the privilege within having the opportunity to withdraw and be
wow,
here with
yeah,
my family and have a place and have, a roof over my head and food and shelter, so seeing that um right now so many people are vocalizing their angers, their frustrations, the things that they're passionate about. It does sometimes make me feel kind of guilty where I'm like, should I be speaking right now? Should there's because there's so many things that I want to be vocal about, right? But I
yeah.
also feel that there's so many people that really need to be heard at the moment. So for me, I'm like, you know what? Let me just take this time. I'm gonna withdraw. It's not on like a selfish term, but it's on a level where I'm seeing how I can give my peers an opportunity to really vocalize how they feel
Yeah,
and get off,
amplifying voices that have
exactly,
historically been silenced,
exactly.
And also there's a million ways to show up as
Yeah,
an ally. And it doesn't, there's such a debate about performative
right.
allyship
Absolutely.
on social media, right? So it's like, oh, well, cool. Like you're posting and like doing stuff, but
Yeah,
it's like, what are you really doing? Like, are you really at home with your family having these conversations? Are you really
yeah,
like sharing your resources and redistributing wealth? Are you,
Yeah.
participating on the front lines, or are
Yeah.
you taking time for yourself to read and like learn more and like just process what's going on?
Exactly. I think
There's so
that's
many
for
different ways
sure.
to show up. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. There's
yeah,
the advocacy, can be presented in so many forms in so many ways. And I think for me and my family, it's been staying informed through news in a way
yeah,
that's not detrimental to like mental health, but in a way that's like definitely informative to know what's going on outside in the public.
yeah,
And reading. We've been watching documentaries, and that's been great. It's been inspiring as well, because I think there is a lot of frustration, there is a lot of anger, but there's also a lot of love. There's a lot of love and
yeah,
out there. So we try and
yeah,
see it from a place of how do we spread positivity to our communities, being Latinx.
mhm,
I do have the privilege of being light skinned, white passing, so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
something that, I look at my parents as brown people, and I see that it's very much a privilege. I mean, I've been always very aware of
yeah,
that because, I
yeah,
was born with blue eyes and lighter skin, and my parents I don't look like my parents at all. Genes are crazy like that. But, being
yeah,
Central American through our mestizaje, our mixed heritage, being from different parts of the world, it's given me an interesting like scope into colorism. It's given me an
absolutely.
interesting scope into racism, uh, and how we within our communities can break that down, because it's something that's definitely socially taught to people and also systemic.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for us, it's been interesting because I think even, my parents are from Nicaragua, both of them, but they were telling me like, we've kind of dealt with this like our entire lives. Like this is not new information. This like
yeah,
whole like colorism, like the supreme white man is not something that's new. It's a very archaic way of seeing things.
mm,
But they were lucky in that in Central America, it was such a mixing pot of people, colors, cultures. So I think especially back then in those days, like people learned through the community. It was the community
absolutely.
mentality that kind
Yeah,
of made everyone realize, like, hey, we're equal here. Like, you might be lighter
yeah.
than me, but we're both farmers. So
It
no one
takes a
even,
village, right?
yeah,
And
it's like no one even had these kinds of these ideals of racism until really like the white man came over to colonize and start splitting people up.
see,
but I
see,
think but I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's something that as Latinos, as Latinas, we learned that at a young age, like the favorism
mm,
and the differences, the discriminations. Like we're very, I mean, at least I am. I don't know if I can speak for everyone, but I was very aware of that at a very young age. And so yeah, so staying informed, I think for me has been the most therapeutic thing, because I think
yeah,
there's been moments where I'm like, should I go back on Instagram? Should I go post? And I'm like, actually not. Like, I don't think I need to do that right now. Like, the reason why I took this break in the first place was like for me personally on a personal
yeah,
level.
yeah,
So I have incredible friends, BIPOC friends that are out in New York doing the work. And I think that they're the people that need to be heard right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm all like going on a tangent, like,
absolutely.
yeah.
No, 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 it's fabulous, and thank you so much for sharing. And I say trust your don't log on. Like, I think it's okay to take breaks too. Like,
Yeah.
reading the news every single day, I can get exhausting, and I just want to reiterate how important it is to take care of yourself during this time.
Yeah.
Not as an excuse to not be involved or not participate.
Yeah.
Like how you're saying, it's not about like closing your eyes to what's going on, but making
Right.
sure that your, exhaustion is real, and
Yeah.
taking care of yourself is a great form of self love, and making sure that your cup is filled so that you can keep, pouring out.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
in the process of filling up. I feel like I'm
yeah,
slowly but surely getting there. I think for me it was like a fear of like my friends, or because I've always been very vocal about
yeah.
race,
I was gonna say, as
about just
long as I've
advocating.
known you, you've been super vocal.
Yeah, about like advocating for the people close to me, and for the Black community, the Latinx community, Brown community. So when I was me being off of it, I was like, are people gonna think I'm whack for not like going on and talking? You know what I mean? Like I was like, are people gonna be like, okay, sis,
Yeah.
like where are you now? But I think
Yeah.
the real ones know, you know, the real ones know why I took this hiatus. And I think people respect that. Um and it's like you said, I think there's also this kind of there's this thought in the back of your mind, like, does this come across as like performative? Does this come across as like this sort of like white savior kind of thing? You know,
Mm.
so for me, after posting on Sasson Department's Instagram about today, I was like, you know what, my real homies know. Like I spoke to some friends yesterday, and I was like, you know, I don't need to go back on the Magnolia Polaris page, but I think for this event in particular, it was good for me to kind of be like, hey, we're doing this for an incredible cause, the Black
Absolutely.
Travel Fund. Like these are people from our community that we are trying to help out. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I logged on just to post a little bit about today.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
exactly. And post what you want, you know. I think the main thing is that right now, especially for white people, is this whole like, I don't even like using the phrase, but like the going back to
Right.
normal shit. And it's like my feed has been primarily
Yeah.
sharing resources
I saw
and
you're
all this like
verified.
uplifting.
Congratulations.
Ah, so
I love
cool.
and you have incredible resources.
Yes.
For those of y'all that are watching, it's at Shelby Sells Love. It's an
Oh, thank
incredible
you.
page. I love just like seeing the things that you post because you post nothing but resources, uh, valuable information for people to see and to share. So thank you.
I'm trying to do what I can, you know, and I feel like right now is not the time for me to be posting a bunch of selfies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right.
Doesn't really feel right, you know. And
Right.
so, and I know a lot of other people are, and I'm not like shaming anybody, but I think that as long, you know, just keep everyone's doing so great. Keep
Yeah.
doing the work,
Right.
you know, like
Like, stay in
you
the
gotta
know,
keep
like,
doing it. Yeah.
hashtag read the room or what they say, but I think, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
something that I think a lot of us are trying to find a way to navigate, and also how to
yeah.
accept that there is
Read
no
the room.
what happened?
There's no read the room is
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. Yeah.
There's no real,
It's so
like,
true. It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
there's
like
yeah, yeah, ma'am.
but
There's
I
no
think
going back. Going back
yeah,
means being complicit to white supremacy. So fuck out of here if you think that there's it's no. The new normal is
this.
advocating for black lives
Yeah.
and especially black trans lives, black disabled lives, like
Yes,
come on man, like
absolutely. I mean, the Black community has been under attack for hundreds of years. Like, this is not new, fam. You know what I mean? So I feel like people
God,
now being so passionate and advocating for their rights as human
yeah,
beings is something that is at the forefront. Like, we can't go back to what normalcy because normalcy was not allowing them to be seen as normal people.
that part. Yeah, exactly. There
I'm
was
off, period. I close the computer.
I know. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's true. It's true. And I, there's been a lot of mixed emotions, obviously, a lot of anger, deep, deep, deep sadness, rage. But also there has been such a wonderful coming together of people. And like you
Yeah,
said, there's a lot of love going around right now. So I think wherever anyone is at who's watching this and just living right now, it's okay wherever you are and just,
yeah,
do what you need to do to process and
yeah.
heal. If that means deleting Instagram for a week, fuck it, dude.
Right.
Like you got to take
Yeah,
care of you. Don't forget that. But
exactly.
I'm grateful. I mean,
Yes.
I my work in like the sex wellness industry, all of these things are so interconnected, and that's what you realize is that it's not, everything is interconnected.
Yeah.
And so I talk about this stuff. I've been talking about it for a while, but like especially in my family, like when I first started talking about race in my own family, there was a little bit of like defensiveness, because there's
Right.
the white veil. And I'm like, I'm not attacking anybody, but let's just talk about it.
Right.
And so now with everything going on, it's been really awesome seeing my family get involved, and it makes
Yeah.
me so like I'm very grateful,
Yeah.
because it's nice to have my family's values aligned with mine. And
Absolutely.
that's
It's
not
an
the case with
evolution. It's
everybody.
an evolutionary thing.
Yeah. But I just want to keep encouraging everyone to fight, to share, pass along resources. I think that's
Yeah.
why Instagram has been such a wonderful vehicle, in terms of spreading knowledge and awareness. Keep donating what you can.
Yes.
Um, Keep signing petitions. Keep calling your senators,
Mhm.
and stop making memes out of Breonna Taylor's death,
I
because
have not seen
I
that,
think
and thank
that is a
goodness.
huge thing. Oh, well, yeah, yeah, you haven't
I
been
was
on it,
like
but like,
triggered. I was like,
and
I have
they're not,
not seen that.
no, no.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
not,
not right.
I mean, they're not like funny memes, but it's like, you know, she was a beautiful Black woman, and her life is worth more than, like, I know people are trying to bring the hashtag back because it's
Yeah.
kind of died down, but like there's a way to do it respectfully and honoring her, and her life and everything that she
Mhm.
did
Yeah.
during her life.
More than just
So,
having it be like
um,
clickbait, like you start reading people
yeah,
and it's yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, which
Yeah, but
I
enough
think
with the
it's
clickbait. That's the performative shit.
exactly. I think it's
Try to make
something that in this
that.
day and age, yeah, I mean, it's something that in this day and age has just become so popular. It's like this clickbait kind of culture. And it takes away from the
Well, and it's like the
emphasis on
glossed over graphic design thing,
right,
It's like, okay, we love an aesthetic, but like,
right.
come on, what is the bigger picture here? Like, let's really
Yeah,
fucking talk about it instead of like, again, getting all these like white graphic designers,
right,
and then now they're getting really popularized because
right.
they're drawing the
Yeah,
deaths
it's like
of Black
it's
people.
like
It's like,
this isn't
come the
about
fuck
you.
on. This is
Yeah.
not what it's about. Yeah,
It's like you want to
exactly.
draw me
White
in,
people, it's
draw
not
me in
about
with
you.
facts.
Yeah, exactly. Draw me in with, you not even talking about how you're doing shit. Just go fucking do it. Okay.
Right. Exactly. I think that that's the thing
Yeah.
that people are forgetting is that these are real lives and real families and people that are actually suffering the loss of these people. So, um, I think, all in all, I mean, we have to just take it a little bit more seriously as a
Yeah.
community and just see it for what it is and understand that, like, to be able to even make a meme or like design something like it's such a
It's a
privilege. So just
privilege.
yeah.
Yeah.
So seeing it for what it is, I think, is what's going to keep us on a very level-headed playing field, you know. But I'm so happy that you've been doing well and that you've been on your grind, shining, like taking care of yourself. You're done with school, right?
I'm finished with one of my programs, which I'm really stoked about.
Yeah.
So certified coach, we love
Yay.
it. And I'm trying to figure out a way. I want to get involved with the Women's Prison Association in the
Very
city.
cool.
And
Very
I
cool.
encourage everyone to try to get involved with any prison,
Yeah.
anything, because fuck, fuck prisons,
Yeah.
fuck jail. We abolish all of that.
Yes. Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's good to get involved. I want to do like a coaching cohort to kind of like go in, especially, and be there because
Yeah.
mental and emotional wellness is so important.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
Especially when
crazy.
people that are in prison for such a long time, for whatever it may be, it's like these are
And
it's
it's for what? For like weed or like
right.
some very minor offense most of the time, I feel like, or for
Exactly.
just being Black. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. So I think
Now,
that's wonderful that you're doing that because I think people are also during this
no,
time kind of navigating generational trauma,
absolutely.
you know. So it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. I think the people that are doing the work are
Which is
Oh, did you freeze?
Oh yeah, I did, but I'm back. Can you see
All
me?
right. I was like, ah.
This this upstate Wi-Fi is chugging along, you know?
Ah, so you're upstate right now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm upstate. It's so beautiful up here. I feel very grateful and blessed to just like
Yeah.
I'm a big nature person, and I think that any
Same.
nature you can access, go
Yeah,
run towards it. Like go
for
sit
sure.
under a tree. I know I sound based as hell, but like it's really
No,
healing,
yeah.
to
Connecting with
connect
Mother
with
Earth,
the
connecting with
earth. Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna be back in the city. Nice to be up here.
yeah.
And yeah, when do you think you're gonna come back?
I
Or
it's
are you
looking like it's looking like it'll be a year.
okay?
So I
Yeah.
think I've also been in the like I just hit 3 months of being here like last week.
Hmm.
Um, but I've been in the process of accepting that, of just like learning that this is my new reality for the time being. It's temporary, but I've been working towards accomplishing certain goals. I've been helping out my family. Like I helped out my mom with some really difficult things that she has been dealing with, and just to be able to get your parents out of debt is
Totally.
such a
Oh my
beautiful feeling.
gosh.
So, so I
Yeah.
was like, we came up with a plan. I was like, Ma, I got you. Like, let's do this now because
Yeah.
this is the thing. It's like these are people that took care of me for like 18 years, right?
Yeah.
And now that I'm in a position where I can also come back here and be with them, but also help them, I know that when I return to New York, I want to leave knowing that my family is okay,
Yeah. That's
you know?
incredible and super powerful. And inspirational. I mean, family is everything, and
Yeah.
whether that is your family or the family that you create
Yeah,
with your communities, I think now's the time to come together, stand up for what you believe in,
for sure.
and keep doing what it do,
And I feel grateful and lucky enough to know that those were the people that first loved me and the people that I first loved. So
Yeah.
having that and being accepted by them is something that continuously inspires me. And I'm always thinking like, that's why when I first got here, it was a month of like home improvements. Like I was redecorating and cleaning and like, fixing the closets, like buying new bedding
Yeah.
and stuff. Cause I was like,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that y'all are good. Like I want to make them feel like they're in a place where they can feel comfortable. But it was about bringing harmony to that space. So me
Mm.
being here, I feel like has definitely helped them um, recenter in on having a harmonious living space. And yeah, and it's that sense of gratitude. Like all of us are really grateful for one another, that we can help one another out. So it's been inspiring for sure. It's made me rethink or kind of like reevaluate my dynamics and my friendships as well. Like, how do I take care of my friends as family members?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's,
So important. Gratitude is everything. And it's actually been linked to help depression. So
oh, good.
if you're feeling really down,
Yeah.
just write down a few things that you're grateful for. They have apps. I have a
I
gratitude
have a
app that I
notebook.
yeah, and it's like a little diary where I like every
Yeah.
day I just write down a couple of things that I'm really grateful for in that moment, and be like, okay, yeah, it
Yeah.
helps keep things in perspective. And that's really beautiful because honestly, I'm all about the home improvement stuff
You
because it's kind
know?
of like you ever go into someone's room, or at least for me, I know when my apartment is a mess, like I'm
Mhm.
a mess. It like
Yeah.
reflects how I feel on
I
the
told my dad,
inside,
I was like, cluttered space,
Yeah,
cluttered mind.
exactly, exactly. Like, yeah. Usually if I have like a bunch of homework or I'm working on a paper, then I'm like, I need to clean first because otherwise I'm gonna like,
Yeah.
not
I
be
have to
able to
focus in
focus.
on this thing that I gotta do. So yeah, I mean, for sure, I think it's the attitude of gratitude has definitely helped. Because I think when I first got here, I was like, I was dealing with depression. I was dealing with
Yeah.
anxiety. It was the first time in 10 years that I had experienced depression to that
Mm,
level. And it was the
mm,
first time that I had been vocal to everyone. I was like, yeah, I might be like smiley and happy and shit, but I was like, also, y'all, like, I've kind of been depressed for a minute. Like, it's been maybe like, now
Yeah.
I'm a little bit, past a year of kind of being in that funk. Um, and now that I'm in the
Mhm.
process of, like, pulling myself out of it, it's been really, oh, 3 minutes till we switch over. I've just been, like, talking. But it's been really, inspiring to see people that have been dealing with depression also fighting for civil rights during this moment, you know? Like, just seeing them um having that as an example to, like, persevere through depression has been super rewarding. So I think being grateful to see those people has also kind of, like, pulled me out of that depression.
Yeah,
Did we freeze again?
it's so important together for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we might be running. I think, are we running
Yeah,
like,
we're at I'm so excited for your set right now. And again, we have so many wonderful things coming up. I'm having a conversation with Rachel Sennett and
yes.
which should be really cute and funny. Love her. And we will be talking to all the leveler people
Love it.
and the
I think
Black Trans Travel Fund. Yeah. So
we
stay
have
tuned
some
and
pretty
enjoy the
exciting food.
music.
Yes, enjoy y'all. We'll see you soon.